Special thank you to LS11 channel members. Join the channel today for early access, bonus content, and more. Yeah! Hello, LS11 universe. It's the Doctor.
And it is KJ Elliott.
And welcome back once more, one and all, here and now, to Lethal Lottery.
It is the finale. It is time. We got the two semifinal matches. The first one starting right now as we have Pair Kings coming out. And then we also have two semifinal matches in the Ray Wood Classic. The finals, of course, being in a few weeks at Xandermania 10 Night 2.
Absolutely, we are just 15 days from Xandermania 10 Night 2, 14 days from Night 1. Xandermania 10 is fast approaching. I can hardly believe it, as making their way to the ring are two men that, following Xandermania, could be at each other's throats over the grand title, because Xander is guaranteed the next shot at the grand title in the main event of Xandermania. Frankie Kazarian is guaranteed the first shot after Xandermania because of his over-the-budget Rumble win.
Man, as much as I love Kazarian, at 48 years old, I was not expecting him to be an LS11 Rumble winner. That was not on my bingo card, but here we are, I guess.
Luck of the draw for Frankie Kazarian, I suppose. Pair of Kings last week eliminated the absolute favorites to win the whole thing in Connell and Lodestar. But now tonight, they team up once again against arguably the other favorites to win this whole thing. Many have said whichever of these teams wins this match is their pick to win the whole overall tournament. As here comes a former AEW World Champion, and man we saw just 2 nights ago come face to face with Connell on the final ever TNA episode.
Yeah, I mean, this match, this favorite for County at Grand Spectacle, is a lot of people's, mine included, a lot of people's, choice for a match of the night, and the show hasn't been happening yet. That's how anticipated this match is.
Absolutely, the Aerial Assassin and the Exterminator is going to be a hell of a showdown when it goes down at the Grand Spectacle, which is just 8 nights away. This is arguably one of the biggest multi-week runs of premieres in the history of LS11 Universe, not to include a WrestleMania of some kind.
100%. And it's one of those things where it's like, you can make an argument that both Grand Spectacle and Xandermania 10 are 1A, 1B of the biggest shows in LS11 history.
It's a hard argument to fight against. And you got to think the winners of Lethal Lottery, some say that, if the winners of Lethal Lottery aren't a team like Xander and Kaz, where Xander has something going on at Xandermania already, we could be seeing whoever wins Lethal Lottery, if it's one of the other 3 teams, invoke their Lethal Lottery win at Xandermania, adding to that already very stacked card we're getting week after week. But teaming up with Will Ospreay tonight is a man that has been on a mission this season with his arrival, El Macias.
El Macias has been plowing through people at an insane clip. He came in in Lethal Lottery and came in and just started dominating people. Then he won the Rumble. He won the Gift of the Gods Rumble back at Triple Mania, and in his first defense, he plowed through Tyler Breeze in his first defense a few weeks ago. El Macias is an absolute problem when it comes to in-ring. He's a veteran of the game. The Puerto Rican Monster has been dominating Mexico, Puerto Rico, the US, and he looks to just continue his dominance. He hasn't slowed down, even though he is a veteran.
Oh, most certainly. And we've got the Olympus Challenge going on for the Gift of the Gods title. Whoever holds it has to get through 12 opponents, each representing a different god of Olympus. We know he's got his second challenge coming up on Tuesday against Shawn Legacy on NXT, but he's got to focus here as look at the showdown we have got in Lethal Lottery right now.
The Billy Goat and the King of the Universe as a stun dog millionaire off the bat from Ospreay. Xander pops up. Big Hurricane Rana there from Ospreay.
And having to try and keep up with Will Ospreay, that is going to be one of the biggest challenges in wrestling. That's going to be one of the hardest people to keep up with inside that ring. One of the greats to do it of his generation.
And we've heard Xander kind of partially in jest, but I think partially just kind of his ego has been, saying to people using the springboard cutter, the springboard top rope cutter, hey, stop using my move. Ospreay being a major person that has bore the brunt of that in recent weeks, and Ospreay takes umbrage to that.
Absolutely. I mean, Ospreay really is the innovator of doing it the way that Xander has been claiming other people stole from him. And Ospreay, powerbomb!
The cover here. 1, 2. And Kaz kind of took the long way around the ref, and it cost him a little bit there. Almost cost him there.
Now, wait a minute. Ospreay. Oh, here we go. Oz Cutter missed him, though. He got him with the shoulder to the back of the head, but he didn't get the whole Oz Cutter.
Yeah, it was more of a reverse headbutt than it really was an Oz Cutter, wasn't it?
Seems like it. Xander still took the brunt of it. Down there with Ospreay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, you hit somebody in the back of the head, they're going to be disoriented.
Absolutely, and now here comes that big monster into the ring. El Macias. And Xander making probably the wisest move of the match so far.
Yeah, imagine looking up and having a giant Puerto Rican just flying at you like that. No, thank you.
Xander is down on the outside, and Macias and Ospreay. A count-out win here would pretty much guarantee them the win in the main event tonight. If we didn't see something similar with Proto G and Toxic Lovers in our next match.
Oh, very much so, because you got to think there's the rest factor, because these guys aren't used to wrestling twice in a night, but that's what they'll have to do on the finale here.
Well, you say that. I think if there's anyone suited to doing it, it's got to be Xander. Think about how much work he had to put in his very short grand title run that he had at the start of this year. He was wrestling 2-3 times a day sometimes.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, the man wrestled a triple threat match and a fatal 5-way in the same night, for God's sake.
True, he did. Right now, he is getting thrown around by El Macias, who pile drives him.
Now cover here. 1, 2, kicked out by Xander.
Xander clothesline. Macias goes down now, and Xander tags in Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, Xander playing it smart there, going and tagging in Kaz. And these two, Kaz and Macias, I'm sorry for my misspeaking there, have a little bit of history from the TNA days, from the late 2000s of TNA.
You can see how much history they have with how easily they're counteracting one another's big moves here.
And Kaz now fireman's carry takeover. That's the veteran instincts of Kaz, knowing how to use leverage of his opponents, knowing how to use opponents' weight against them. Kaz was a schoolboy there. 1, nope, kick out by Macias.
Now you talk about using your opponent's leverage against them. That's what we were just seeing there. As Macias, Mexican destroy out of Kaz.
That move has done exactly what it says it does. It's been destroying people these last few weeks.
Kaz able to kick out, though, and Frankie Kazarian taking down now. El Macias. Oh, my God.
I don't know if that was what Macias was looking for, but it was effective.
Now Kaz trying to knock him back a little bit. Frankie Kazarian. Kick, knocking him down.
Dave's an old rival and an old friend, AJ Styles. It's a big shot there from El Macias.
Kaz is countering him now. Frankie Kazarian. Macias down. Macias a kick in the head. Hits the spear.
And Macias stopping Kaz from making the tag to Xander. That's that veteran wherewithal with Macias. Like I said, you got the size, you got the explosiveness of El Macias, but his veteran wherewithal and his experience are maybe the most dangerous part of his game, crazy enough to say.
Oh, absolutely. Frankie Kazarian, one of the smartest there is inside that ring. As Macias, though, off that ripcord lariat, only a 1 count there. Kazarian trying to create some sense of distance here.
Xander taking a cheap Xander shot. Helping him out a little bit there.
Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kaz!
And 1, 2, kick out by Macias. You saw him use that to toss Lodestar Luminous out of the over the budget Rumble this past Sunday.
That move, we know Xander likes to call it Mars Star Power when he does it. You saw the look that Kaz shot ZC when he did that move.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit of smugness there. These two still don't like each other.
Oh, most certainly they do not. As wait a minute, Xander hooking the arms for chaos control. Hits it.
And it looks like, yep, Ospreay breaking it up. He didn't want to leave anything to chance there.
Ospreay makes the save. El Macias pulls Xander in. Hits him with a second pile driver.
1. Nope, kick out by Xander.
Double tags now, and Will Ospreay. Hurricane Run of the Kaz.
Oh my god, guys, the game's not broken.
Right now goes for the moonsault. Kaz out of the way here. Frankie Kazarian pulls him in. Kaz now.
Go. In the bridging package. Powerbomb. Lands it right in the middle of the ring. Ospreay able to get right out.
Now look at Ospreay go here. Big Stun Dog Millionaire. Taking down Kaz. Kazarian pulling himself up in the ropes now. Ospreay.
I don't know if pulling yourself up in the ropes when you have such a master of the ropes in Ospreay is a good move.
Doesn't seem like it. Look at that.
Oh, and Kaz out of the way there.
Kaz puts him in the corner. Big forearm there. Takes him down here. Frankie Kazarian. Back up to his feet now. And Kaz hits him with the Pele kick again. Grabs a hold of him. Frankie Kazarian.
Imagine if Pair of Kings can win this match and both members will have guaranteed title shots coming up.
Absolutely. Guaranteed grand title and tag title shots. We'd never hear the end of it. And wait a minute. We might not hear the end of it. Flux capacitor.
Gonna cover off the flux capacitor. 1, 2. Kick out by Ospreay. And you hear the crowd chanting tag team wrestling.
And here we go. ZC and Will Ospreay now. Getting back up in the ring. Tagging Frankie Kazarian back in now is Xander. Kaz sweeping out the leg now from Ospreay. Ospreay.
Big shot there.
What a German to Kaz. Ospreay's got him down. Boot on the back of the head. Stomps him in the head. Kaz busted open.
That big enzuigiri there from Kaz. And tagging in Xander.
I'm picking Will Ospreay up, and wait a minute, Xander mouthing something in his face here. Xander. Oh my god.
And a big forearm to the back of the neck, taking him down now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Laying himself up there, true low position. Ospreay went for the drop kick.
Now Xander into. Going for Diamond DDT. Ospreay countering.
Ospreay with the arm drag counter there. Xander rolls out of it. Ospreay! Oh, Xander dodged the Os cutter there.
And now Xander. A strike knocks him back. Xander into. Went for more star power.
Both these two know that move extremely well.
That they do, is now Will Ospreay. Akiri knocking down the King of the Universe. And pulling himself into the corner now. Will Ospreay. Oh no!
Oh, shoulder first into the post. Big clothesline there from Xander. Picks up Ospreay.
Now Xander, wait a minute. That big knee lift there. Ospreay was taken down. Ospreay was shoulder first in that exposed turnbuckle. And so Xander looking for double axe handle off the top. Takes him down, and Xander. Ospreay. Uh-oh.
Xander made a major mistake there.
Well, it seemed like he might have, but El Macias caught with the back body drop.
And the referee got in the way of Macias there.
Now the referee fixing that turnbuckle here. El Macias goes for him. Xander. The flying knee.
Xander goes for the cover here. 1, 2, kick out by Macias. Ospreay was coming in to break it up.
Clothesline there, taking him down now. Xander. It's El Macias back to his feet. Xander gets caught. Macias scoops him up and tombstones him. To the cover,
and here we go,
King.
cover.
Kazarian, wait a minute. Kaz using the referee's 5 count to his advantage. Dropping Macias with the package powerbomb. Macias is down.
And now Xander
grabs the leg.
Ankle lock locked in here on Macias.
Grapevining it. El Macias. You're gonna submit
Shades of
now,
one of his heroes, Kurt Angle.
Macias is clawing, trying to stay in this one, trying not to tap out to Xander here. Wrenching it in. Macias is hanging on though. El Macias.
And Macias fighting out of the ankle lock there.
Macias now kick to the midsection. El Macias into Superman punch, flooring the KOU.
And here we go, Macias into the corner now. Tag to Will Ospreay.
And Macias now launching Ospreay into Xander. Xander rolls out of the ring. I hate to say it though, you are not safe out there.
100% no, but Xander able to duck out of the way there.
It's the Chaos Control on the floor.
That's only a thin little bit of padding out there. You land face first on it, it's not much give.
No, it is not. Xander going up to the top at the count of 6, and Xander with King's Landing.
And then it looked like Xander was going to tag Kaz and then realized, oh, wait a minute. That's why he stopped himself. And Kaz punching Ospreay down.
Here we go. This is what beat Connell and Lodestar last week. Super kick into Chaos Control.
Kaz taking out Macias. And now Xander. Or no, Kaz. Kaz taking out Macias. Cover. There. No! I almost jumped the gun there. I thought Pair of Kings had it, but Ospreay able to somehow kick out.
Will Ospreay kicked out Kaz. Sent into the ropes now by Will Ospreay. Ospreay with a 619. For the 450. Kaz out of the way. Kaz going for flux capacitor. Ospreay countering. Ospreay floats over. Hits him with the powerbomb.
These two are exhausted. And for good, all four men are exhausted, and for good reason. What an opener to the finale of Lethal Lottery.
Will Ospreay, here we go. Hit in. Blade, no! Kaz hits it with the cutter. One, two, no!
Kaz is wondering, what the hell do I have to do to put this guy away?
Oscutter!
An Oscutter here, but here comes Xander breaking up the pin.
Will Ospreay goes for the kick. Kaz tags in Xander. Will Ospreay, big boot to Kaz. Xander rolls him through.
Kaz took another bullet, it looks like. One, two. Did Ospreay kick? Ospreay just kicked out.
He did. He goes for the kick. He was looking for Storm Driver. Xander in two. With the more star power, Ospreay out of the way.
And Xander cannot find Mars Star Power on Ospreay. I kind of figured that would be a tough one to land on the master of the cutter, the springboard cutter, as you have dubbed him, the innovator of it.
Oh, but what Xander can land, what we know he can land is heat. Seeking. Missile. No, never mind. Ospreay.
Massive super kick.
We go. Looking for.
Hit in.
Blade. No.
Oh, no.
Counter for counter right now. Ospreay. Powerbomb. Kaz.
What an absolute war this has been as Ospreay takes out Kaz.
Oh no!
And Ospreay went for broke on Kaz, and that might have been one of the biggest mistakes he could have made as a flux capacitor on the floor.
Flux capacitor on the floor. And Frankie Kazarian. Xander with Diamond DDT.
And Kaz once again looks to have paid dividends to Xander. And here comes heat-seeking missile. And Kaz is distracting Macias there.
Wait a minute. Kaz wiping out Macias, and Xander telling off Ospreay in his face. And Xander with Ospreay dazed. Ospreay tries to go for him. Xander kicks him in the midsection. Gets him back up now, and Xander. What's he thinking here?
Big shot to the back here. Big boot, and Ospreay is busted open now.
Ospreay busted open. And Kaz keeping Macias at bay, and Xander, oh my god, finally hits Mars Star Power.
1, 2, 3. Pair of Kings is in the finals. But what a war.
A hell of an opener. Pair of Kings are in the finals in our main event tonight. Xander, son of a bitch, after everything, just beat the guy that we have all said is the real master of the springboard cutter with a springboard cutter. What a dick.
We're never gonna hear the end. We're never gonna hear the end of this, are we, Doc?
Probably not.
But take nothing away from Ospreay or Macias. All four men in this match went to absolute hell and back with each other.
That match was a bloody war, literally.
And this one I thought was it.
I did too, but right there, I think that was ultimately the move that cost him. Ospreay went for broke to finish Kaz off. It was high risk, high reward. He ate the flux capacitor on the floor. And then Diamond DDT from Xander. Mars Star Power. Ospreay. I mean, you saw how many huge shots he took all match. It was bound and determined to be over at that point.
Absolute. It took everything and then some to put Ospreay away.
Are we going to get the handshake this time? You guys are going to the finals. Can you be on the same page for it?
Let's
Kaz
see
really
it.
mean it
Come
this
on.
time.
Come on.
Nope.
Well, in any event, Para Kings is heading to the finals. Speaking of never hearing the end of it, let's move on to our next match.
Let's do it. As we move into our other semi-final match for Lethal Lottery tonight, I gotta tell you, Kay, this feels like it's a battle of the team everyone really wants to see win versus the team everyone is really afraid we're about to see win.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. My way of putting it was just epic bullshittery, but that your description works too.
Out first, he is the final Ring of Honor Television Champion. He just announced on Dynamite last night, or a few nights ago rather, this past Wednesday, that he is challenging Tommaso Ciampa for the TNT title at World's End in just 3 weeks' time. Kyle Fletcher, the Proto Star, has won the hearts and minds of the LS11 universe in this tournament, thanks to this team.
Yeah, this team has been incredible. These guys are both extremely athletic. Kyle Fletcher, as I've said, has a very abrasive personality, but people have fallen in love with his in-ring aspect. And speaking of falling in love with everything, personality, in-ring, work ethic, you name it, this guy has it. This guy has made fans of everybody.
That he has, and we called Kyle Fletcher the final Ring of Honor Television Champion. This is a young man that in just 3 days has the opportunity to become the final NXT champion. The young OG Javon Evans making his way down to the ring.
Absolutely. Yeah, sorry there. I was a little late on the draw, but Javon Evans, the young OG, is looking to play a mountain, looking to be David slaying Goliath. I mean, he's not David. He's the sling that David used. Let's put it that way. He's the slingshot that David used.
Feels like it with what he can do inside that ring. This kid has got everything to be a major player and a face of whatever company he decides to spend his career in, should he stay in WWE or ever decide to go somewhere else one day. We know that WCW is, at this point, months away from returning to LS11. For all we know, whoever's running the place, I think a lot of people might have a sneaking suspicion who that is. Could be eyeing Javon Evans, but on the other side of the ring, there they are. The Toxic Lovers.
How did we get here?
Long story. Involves, it might be the greatest story ever told. It's got a little bit of everything. Love, action, betrayal, drugs, divorce, death. Somehow,
Xander not paying attention to who was being donated for this tournament.
that's also part of it. Xander number 3 and Lady Flamma. He wasn't supposed to be in the tournament.
Yeah, the drugs you mentioned are what I need to stomach this every time I have to watch it.
You're telling me, brother, I'm his best friend. I have to hear about it in excruciating detail.
Yeah. I mean,
You know
it
what?
can't be as painful as the beating Jack fucking Cartwheel gave you last week on LAW.
Go fuck yourself. I'll break your other ankle.
I love you too, Doc.
Llama and Kyle Fletcher starting it out. Oh my god.
Yeah, Fletcher basically said enough of the feel-good bullshit. We're taking this whole thing.
Lady Flamma now. Big kick there. Kyle Fletcher taken down with a clothesline. Oh, and a punch from Javon Evans.
A big German suplex there. As I've said before, Kyle Fletcher is an incredible striker. That's probably his strongest. It's probably his strongest attribute is his striking. Is Kyle
Absolutely.
Fletcher.
Oh, absolutely. And Javon Evans, he's just a 5'2" player. He can do everything. Like, he flies around, but I think a lot of people forget this kid is 6'4". Yeah, he's not the biggest. He's not got the most mass to him, but as he grows up, as he'll start filling out a little bit more, he'll gain a bit more of that mass, but he can throw people around that ring too.
Yeah, it's a comparison that gets used sometimes. He's like an NBA player. He's young. He's young when he gets drafted. He got called up young, or he got brought to the big leagues young. He still has some filling out to do. He's still got some size to build. He's still a work in progress in that way. But man, the upside is crazy, and he's just going to keep filling out as he gets older and more experienced.
Oh, most certainly. Javon Evans, he's got nothing but upside, and he's got nothing but a long career ahead of him, especially when he's able to do things like that, and he's only 21.
Yeah, I mean, Javon Evans might have had a candidate for match of the season for the crossover, category when he put on a 5-star classic with his cousin Adrian Nova this past Sunday.
What a 1-2 there from Flamma there, taken down. Javon Evans is now Z3 is in. Too little, too late.
All right, dumbass, let's see what you can do now.
Here we go. Forearm strike there from Kyle Fletcher into a super kick, knocking him down. Z3, hold on, German suplex to Fletcher.
The thing is with Z3, he takes such a beating in most of his matches, and it's hard to tell whether him continuing to get back up from them is heart or stupidity.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B is what I've chalked it up to over the years. Got Kyle Fletcher.
Went for a blue thunderbomb. It looked like he was going for there. And the kick caught, and a big shot there from Z3.
Item number 3 is somehow just keeping himself in this one.
Z3 can go in the ring, which I think is what pisses everybody off the most about it.
Feels like it. Now Z3 grabs on to Kyle Fletcher now, pulls him out of the ring now, and Zen number 3. DDT on the apron.
And you saw the loving look there from Z3 to Flammer, as they have stars in their eyes, and I have vomit forming in my stomach ready to come up.
How do you know what's in his eyes? He's got that mask on.
Well, you know what I mean. I saw it in hers.
Fair enough. I think the most baffling part about this relationship is, by his own account, she's never seen his face without the mask.
Yeah, the masks stay on, don't you know?
That's what I've learned, whether I wanted to know it or not.
As big shot there, big overhand shot there to Fletcher from Z3. Z3 sends him into the corner. Palumba kick. And that's the move that he's been slamming his way through all these matches.
Oh, wait a minute. Javon!
How do you say get bouncy in Spanish?
You know what? I speak a lot of languages. My Spanish is a little rusty. But Javon Evans just leapt at least 12, 13 feet in the air off the top rope.
All right, next question. How do you say get bouncy in dumbassery?
You know what? I think you got me there.
All right, Fletcher stuck in between a rock and a hard place here with Flommer and Z3, but he hits the big driver there, and Flommer getting in before the ref can even get down the count.
Z3 answering back though. Z3. Flommer is back in.
And a big slingshot elbow there on Fletcher.
Flommer's got to use her speed to her advantage in this one. She is far and away smaller than everyone in this ring. Oh my god!
She's got to use whatever mass she's got to her advantage, and coming from that height, it doesn't matter how small you are, you get something dropped on you from that height, it's going to hurt.
Absolutely it is. Flommer taking down Kyle Fletcher now, and Kyle Fletcher, yeah, for super kick. Flommer caught him, knocks him back here. Lady Flommer now. Look at this.
Flommer. And the rolling clothesline. Referee down. 1, 2. Kick out by Fletcher.
Entering back here. Kyle Fletcher. Flommer across the ring into the corner. Tag is made. Javon is in. Oh boy. Oh man.
And as you mentioned, Javon is deceivingly big. I don't know if he's quite 6'4". I think he's about 6'1", 6'2", but Fletcher's about 6'2", 6'3" himself. They're both deceivingly big guys.
They really are. Out of the way now, Flommer. Back up. Javon hits that big drop kick again, taking it down. Javon Evans now with Flommer. Oh, Evans. Oliver throws her over the top rope. Javon. Here we go with sunset flip out to the floor.
There's a saying that's been that goes around with people like Javon, with people like Leon Slater, people that people this young in this business should not get this business. Guys like this are getting it younger and younger, and it is absolutely terrifying.
Liz Flommer hit that spinning tombstone on the floor. Javon is down. Lady Flommer.
And she hit that right in front of Kyle Fletcher, who kind of made that move as bread and butter, and she's going to do it a second time here.
The leg, and Kyle Fletcher making the save.
And very, very reminiscent of the 218 driver that I like to use. It's the same move. It's a move that I was inspired by Kyle Fletcher to use. Funny enough, fun fact about myself. There's a big super kick off the jaw there.
And Javon, he tried to get bouncy. Flommer caught him. Lost now, tag made.
Went for the double axe handle with Z3, big super kick there. And Z3 with a big uppercut in response.
We're counting now, Z3 going up to the top. Goes for the swanton. Javon out of the way now, and Javon goes for OG Cutter. Wait a minute. Taking him down. Stacks him up.
Oh, no shot. No shot. 2.
He got him.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh my god.
You know what this means, Doc?
Yep. Sure do.
This means we get Pair of Kings versus the Toxic Lovers in the finals of Lethal Lottery.
What are we doing here?
I apologize for the dead air. I am just. How did we get here?
To which I ask one more time. I say one more time. Because now we have this finals match coming up in the main event tonight. After the two Raywood Classic semifinals in a moment. I ask, really? Well and truly, I have to state for the audience, he can't keep getting away with it.
Now, moving on to from something that Ray Wood would have killed us over to something that Ray Wood would absolutely love us for. Let's move on to the Ray Wood Classic semifinals, shall we?
Let's do it. All right, well, while Xander, Kaz, Z3, and Flamma get a little bit of time here to recover ahead of the main event tonight to give both teams a bit more of an even ground if we can give them that, we have got the semi-finals of the Ray Wood Classic.
If this lineup isn't the duality of man or duality of wrestling fandom, I don't know what is, because we have, we have a match, we have a tournament that's been very much based in the ring, on the Mat Wars and the Raywood Classic, and we've had the absolute bullshittery of Lethal Lottery, and we have them on the same show.
Yep. But we got to get to that Xandermania match somehow, and time is ticking. And we did not account for everything that was going to happen this year, so the build to Xandermania has art has imitated life a bit, and the build to Xandermania has been a little all over the place.
It very much has. But we already have a lot of incredible matches set up for Xandermania, so it's going to be, this is just going to add to it, and it's going to add, that little bit of Raywood flair that I think he would very much appreciate.
Absolutely. The NWA World's title was vacated by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, following an indefinite injury given to him by Gabe Kidd. Ring of Honor Best in the World. Of course, Danielson came back. He will be facing Gabe Kidd in a rematch in a couple of weeks at World's End. But this 8-man tournament was put together, and we are down to 4 after tonight. We will be down to 2, as here comes National Treasure Nick Aldis to the ring.
Yeah, all this coming off of an incredible first-round matchup against Shelton Benjamin, two storied veterans of the Ring Wars, went at it on Monday Night Raw, and all this came through with the victory. And between that win and Lethal Lottery and getting as far as he did in Lethal Lottery, I think he's revitalized himself a little bit after the loss to Randy Orton back on the WrestleMania kickoff show back in July.
Oh, most certainly. Aldis managed to get through Shelton Benjamin with that incredible match. Ludwig Kaiser knocked off Templario from AAA in a very fun match on NXT this week. Been a hell of a tournament so far, and tonight we get to see it reach its boiling point. We get to find out which two men are going to go to Xandermania to fight for the vacant title. Nick Aldis has yet to be a champion here within LS11.
Yeah, he is looking to change that, and the NWA title is something that he is absolutely built for.
Now, almost strange to see some chain wrestling going down with you and I on the call.
Yeah, absolutely. And Aldis and Kaiser kind of mirror images as far as size, style, And kind of both very, very similar styles, very similar body type, very similar in-ring style, both very similar temperaments as well. Both very kind of, stick their nose up at people.
Almost certainly. Both of them have the skills to back it up as well.
As Aldis getting out of it there. And again here, and a big, he flips him up in the vertical suplex position and drops him down after a stalling suplex. After getting lifted like that and then flipped upside down like that for that long, the blood has got to be rushing to your head.
Oh, most certainly. It's Kaiser now firing away at Nick Aldis. This goes down here, and Ludwig, no. This is a must-win for both men, both of which have had a bit of a rocky run this year. Kaiser, he beat Gunther at that match at Backlash in St. Louis at the start of the season. He had that match with Randy Orton, but he's kind of fallen to the wayside a lot. This tournament did wonders for both of these men. You talked about the duality, how similar their paths have been this season. Both of them got knocked out of Lethal Lottery in the same round just last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's pretty incredible how things work out. And just two men who are very much the your archetypical European style wrestlers, very very chain based, very stiff, very both view wrestling as a pure sporting event, kind of look down on the more entertainment aspects of it.
Certainly they do. As Aldis, he had hit that Mag Daddy driver, but Kaiser managed to kick out now, and Ludwig, no, countered by Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis goes for a clothesline, taken down by Kaiser.
The German suplex, very, very fitting.
Kind of a counter between these two here. Nick Aldis with Ludwig. The corner. Puts him up on the top rope now. Ludwig Kaiser. Some trouble now. Nick Aldis has him in position. Aldis going up with him into... We go. Superplex off the top.
And both these guys looking to give it their absolute all.
They are, as now Ludwig choking him out down on the mat now. Kaiser has Aldis down, getting him back up to his feet here. Ludwig Kaiser. Just counter for counter.
Now Aldis with a jawbreaker there. And and both of these men kind of made their names in LS11 as part of groups. Aldis as the final leader of the Six, and Kaiser as a integral member of Imperium, probably the second most important in its history, other than obviously Gunther. But both of these men, kind of trying to figure it out on their own and trying to figure out what how they're gonna figure things out on their own here.
Well, certainly is there. Kaiser hit that penalty kick, and now Ludwig, here we go. Hits that spinning DDT on Aldis. 1, 2, no!
And a kick out by Aldis. That move has won Kaiser quite a few matches in the LS11 universe. That time was not able to put away Aldis just yet.
Now Aldis and Kaiser swinging for the fences at one another. Ludwig's starting to get the better of him here. Nick Aldis, though, with a kick in the head now. And Nick Aldis, wait a minute. We go into King Lynn's Clover.
And now Kaiser fighting through this. His back's got to be, his back and his legs have got to be just shooting with pain there. Although Aldis isn't going nearly as back on it as I think he would want to. Kaiser's fighting, and he makes it to the ropes.
He is now as Ludwig Kaiser with that big kick in the head. Down goes Nick Aldis now. Nick Aldis. Right now, Nick Aldis swings through. Lifts him up on the shoulders here. And Ludwig Kaiser dropped head first in the turnbuckle. Kaiser. Here we go. Hits that DDT a second time.
And he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Ludwig Kaiser is heading to Xandermania 10 Night 2.
That he is. Kaiser picks up the win over Aldis tonight. A very game, Nick Aldis. Very game for both competitors. But in the end, it is Ludwig that's able to pull out the win tonight. A massive win at that for the Master of European Elegance and the last survivor of Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser looks to go on and win his first singles title at Xandermania. It'd be huge if he could pull it off. Time will tell. But he gets the job done against Aldis tonight. Better luck next time, Nick.
Yep, he's got to face the winner now. Kaiser does of Chad Gable and Pete Dunne, and that's gonna be no small task.
Absolutely, and that match is coming up next. Let's do it. All right, folks, this is it. The other semifinal match of the Ray Wood Classic. The winner, we know, faces Ludwig Kaiser at Xandermania in 15 nights to crown a new NWA World's Champion.
Yeah, key word in that is classic, because that's what this match is going to be. These two guys are known for just putting on absolute fucking barn burners.
Most certainly they are. Pete Dunne, one of the most decorated men to never win a world title in LS11 Universe, looks to change that with this tournament. He has won the NXT title twice, the WWE SmackDown tag titles twice, United States title, Cruiserweight title, and Pete Dunne looking to just continue to make a name for himself here in the LS11 universe.
Yeah, Pete Dunne is another one, very much along with Ludwig Kaiser. Kind of been known for, and he's mentioned this, he's been known for being in groups in his career. He's had a little bit of single success, but he's been very known for being in groups and, British Strong Style, teaming with Tyler Bate in the New Catch Republic, being a part of Imperium. And he finally decided, I'm sick of groups. He turned on Tyler Bate a few weeks ago. He's on his own, and he's found his bruiserweight form that he feels like he's been missing the last few seasons.
Most certainly is now on the other side of the ring, making his way down to the ring. The Olympian, the leader of Team Gable on SmackDown, a two-time Cruiserweight champion, Chad Gable, making his way down to the ring.
And this man is somebody who, at the very beginning of the series, season 1, he had the first, he wrestled the Yeast Incarnate for the WWE Championship and took him to the absolute limit, and then had an absolute barn burner with Tommaso Ciampa. And since then, it seemed to struggle kind of finding his footing. Like you said, he's a former Cruiserweight champion. But other than that, it's kind of flown under the radar since then.
Admittedly, you are correct in that one, Kay, as now tonight, Gable has got an opportunity to go to Xandermania, riding at stake in this one. Dunne going around the waist of him.
Sand wrestling's so nice. We see it twice tonight.
I think we kind of had a feeling this would be coming with these two.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Oh boy, yeah, Pete Dunne getting a hold of your limbs is not good for anybody.
No, it most certainly is not.
And Chad Gable, if anybody knows how to fight out of stuff like that, it is Chad Gable. Chad Gable is he's a former Olympic wrestler. He's extremely intelligent. He's athletic. He has an incredible pedigree as far as wrestling wise goes, amateur wrestling wise goes. Pete Dunne, he's kind of more of a practitioner. He's more of a practitioner of the as the name of some of his groups have implied, the British Strong Style, very, very hard striker, can go technically, very incredible technical wrestler. But he's known for his hard strikes and his joint manipulation more than his true mat tacticianry as Gable is.
We're seeing some of that joint manipulation right there as you were talking about it. Just kicks Chad Gable in the head now. Retaliates with a knee, though.
And Gable, don't sleep on Gable's mean streak either. It's not as pronounced as Dunn's is, but Gable can get vicious when he needs to. He had a sleeper match with Rusev back at SummerSlam in a match that I don't think anybody really expected a whole lot out of, but it ended up coming out as a very good match and a very good showing for Gable.
Absolutely, it did. As now, Chad Gable looks to not just be a guy that, you know, has really good matches, but a guy that wins the really good matches.
Yeah, it's one thing to be the guy who has classics. It's another thing to be the guy who actually, can win the big one. And Gable, unfortunately, other than a few, spots here and there, hasn't been able to do that.
As he runs right into that drop kick, and Pete Dunne. Wait a minute. Here we go. Looking for X-Plex. Gable.
And big shot block there.
Belly to belly there. Gable taking him down now. Chad Gable. Like now of Pete Dunne. Chad Gable taking him down.
You gotta think he softened him up for that ankle lock there, Doc.
He's gotta be. Devastating move, no matter what your size. Chad Gable's always used it effectively. Pete Dunne.
And a big superplex, or not superplex, a German suplex there from your fellow Englishman there, Doc.
Absolutely, indeed. Pete Dunne, though. Gable rolls it through. Gable has the leg now. Chad Gable taking out the leg of Pete Dunne.
And now Gable going for a clothesline. Dunne ducks out of it.
Oh, here we
Gable
go.
now.
Gable.
You gotta admire the. Yeah, you gotta admire the spunking Gable, but I'm not sure I would be, if I was Gable, I'd be exchanging blows with Pete Dunne. Like I said, Dunne is known for his striking.
Absolutely known for that strong style, as you said. Gable finding out the hard way right now. Pete Dunne going right back after his head.
Oh, stomp right to the back of the head, the base of the back of the head there, right at the beginning of the neck, right where your spine meets your brain. Very dangerous space to have the X-Plex there.
X-Plex connected. Chad Gable kicked out. Done now. Hold on. Gable's got all of them. Gable into that Dominator. Turns it into the DDT on the way down. Hooks the legs now. Recover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Dunne.
As I was saying, the back of the neck, the back of the neck, the beginning of the neck, the bottom of the back of the head, that's where your spine meets your brain. Extremely dangerous spot to be struck.
Absolutely it is. Dunne laying in on him here.
And Dunne going for a big clothesline there. Gable, looks like Gable's setting up.
Here we go, Gable.
Chaos. Theory. 1, 2, no, and Dunne kicking out.
Dunne kicks out. Gable. Counted there now, and Gable caught now. Pete Dunne. Coming here, Pete Dunne. Oh boy. Out to the floor.
Oh, and Dunne baited him into a mistake there. He caught him charging in, grabbed the head, and suplexed him out to the floor.
Pete Dunne goes for the diving stomp. Gable. Belly to belly.
And Gable, that's his bread and butter. The suplexes, the mat wrestling, and of course, the submissions. The ankle lock locked in now.
Dunne is trying to get to the ropes here as Gable wrenching it in. Chad Gable. Pulling towards the ropes. Pete Dunne gets that bottom rope and holds it for dear life. Chad Gable now lifts him up. Chad Gable goes for the leg. Pete Dunne, forearm into.
It's done. Bitter end. Lands it. 1, 2. Kick out by Chad Gable.
Gable able to stay alive. That's that heart and determination we've known Gable to have in LS11. And here we go again.
A big chop exchange here between Chad Gable and Pete Dunne. You know, both of these men want to go to Xander Mania 10 to wrestle for the NWA Championship.
Certainly they do. Pete Dunne and Chad Gable hammering away at one of those big chops. And now...
yeah. And you notice Gable held his own way better that time against Dunne. The last time Dunne kind of dominated it. He won that one, but Gable held himself way better as a second bitter end landing.
And look at the face of Chad Gable. That's it.
And unfortunately, that feels like it's kind of the story of Chad Gable. He can hold his own, but he just can't seem to pull off the wins when it matters the most, and it caught him there. He held his own in that strike exchange, but he got himself caught, and he got hit with a second bitter end. Pete Dunne is moving on to face his former Imperium stablemate in Ludwig Kaiser at Xander Mania.
That he is. It goes down. It goes down in just 2 weeks' time. It is going to be a fight between Kaiser and Dunne. The Ray Wood Classic comes to an end in just 15 days.
March 29th, 2026. Mark your calendars. If you're a fan of this style of wrestling, if you're a fan of the European style of wrestling, mark your calendars, because March 29th, 2026, 15 nights from now, we are going to see an absolute war for the NWA Championship, the NWA World Championship, the 10 pounds of gold. And I don't think I'm going out on a limb here by saying a certain big man is looking down on us, smiling at that fact.
Oh, most certainly. Pete Dunne with the win. The Bruiserweight punches his ticket to Xandermania. Okay, whether we want it or not, it's time for the finals of Lethal Lottery.
Let's do this.
How did we get here? Me, oh my. How did we get here?
That's a good question, Doc. That's a really good question.
We started this off with, what was it, 84 teams?
86 teams.
86 teams. That means there were 172 individuals in this tournament. This is the finals?
Out of all the finals that I would have thought made my head hurt the absolute most, this would have been it. So, of course, this is the finals that we got.
Xana number 3, who, as we've said many a times, was put in this because donations and the names weren't being tracked as carefully, and Xana number 5's name ended up on the board twice. We didn't know how it happened. We couldn't remember who donated for him. So Xana number 3 was put in as that second spot. The wheel spun and landed him with Flamma. They got a bye into the first round. They beat Edge and Dakota Kai. They beat LA Knight and Julia Hart. They beat Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. They beat CM Punk and Carlos Zanzanega. And they just tonight beat Kyle Fletcher and Javon Evans. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's crazy. And before the chat shits all over us, it was actually Edge and Kylie Ray.
You
But
know, I keep getting those two mixed up because I don't know why.
you know what? It happens. And speaking of it happens, this is sure a thing that is happening.
They were the first team that the incentive to put a pre-made team together was used for. And now they are in the finals. Make no mistakes, they are not friends.
Oh, absolutely not. This team was put together as a fuck you, ha ha. I couldn't tell you who did it, but you know this team was put together as a, you know what, get fucked. And now here we are.
Here we are. I couldn't tell you how we got here. Xander and Kaz have had a hell of a run. They were one of the teams that had to qualify. Along the way, they've beaten Connell and Lodestar. They beat Rhino and Anna Jay. They beat Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis, I believe.
You would be incorrect. It was Prodigy who beat Cody and Nick.
That's right. I remembered it the last second. I think in one of our mock spins that was the lineup. No, they have.
Yeah.
They've been getting big win after big win. They beat Bobby Fish and Sol Ruka. And all the while, they've been throwing themselves in one another's way. Kaz playing sacrifice to get Xander these wins. Now Z3 and Kaz starting us out in the finals and Lethal Lottery.
If you would have told me in 2026 that Xander number 3 and Kazarian would be in a main event of anything, I would have told you were a fucking moron.
Well, I feel like if you told someone that about Xander number 3 a year ago, you'd have said, what the fuck is a Xander number 3?
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Kaz just bullying him right now, though.
Yeah, no, if a year ago, if you would have told me that, I probably would have been like, is there lettuce on a Xander number 3?
Z3 is fighting back, though.
And Kaz now laying in shots here. I feel like because this is the second time we're seeing both teams, we've given as much analysis as we could. I guess it's time to just sit back and enjoy the bullshittery.
Absolutely. You can tell both teams are already tired. You can see they're moving a lot more sluggish than they did in the openers.
100%.
Blue Thunder
Bomb. Blue Thunder Bomb landing on Kaz and Xander breaking it up instantly.
Kaz has got Z3. Here we go. Lifts him up. Kaz with package powerbomb. 1, 2, no.
And broken up there by Flummer. And a big drop kick by Z3. And Z3's like, yep, babe, I need a rest.
Yep, Flummer is in. Z3 getting out of the ring while he can. Flummer going after him here. Yeah. Flummer.
Yeah. What a couple of teams we have in this match. We got the most disgusting couple ever, and that's saying a whole lot. And then you got the best frenemies.
That you do. Now Kaz picked back up, and Kaz. Oh wait, Flummer for the top rope by him. Kazarian has her up. Has her down with that big suplex. Here we go. Xander is in.
Yeah, and Xander's a tough competitor. I came out of our match a little worse for wear, not just a loss, but also a slightly a little bit of a sprained ankle coming out of that match. So Xander, you know, Xander's a tough opponent. I had to go out all out, and I came out with some, you know, bruises from it. And I plan on, you know, I'm still planning on, you know, fighting, you know, Liam Malone at Xander Mania. But I did come out a little bit injured. I will be honest with that. It might be a stupid thing to say I'm injured going into that match, but I feel like I need to be honest with everybody. But anyways, back to this match.
Flama and Xander have just been dodging one of those biggest strikes here in that time. Flama now, wait a minute. Flama slides underneath him and hits him in the head.
And now Flommer sending Xander into the corner here and a tag.
Here we go. Flama using Z3 as a weapon. And clothesline. Xander versus Xander number 3. If you were around in the LS11 multiverse, I suppose as you could call it, all the way back before this channel existed, in the years of 2014 to 2018, you would already be sick to death of seeing these two fight.
I was sick to death of the thought of seeing these two fight, so I can't imagine actually I can't imagine the actual war.
They've been going at it since 2014. 12 years. 12-year beef.
It's incredible how far this channel has come. I've only been a part of it for, you know, I haven't been a part of it for too terribly long. I still feel like I'm kind of the new guy at creative. I still feel like fuck.
Oh no. Oh no. Kaz with the save.
Thank God for Kaz.
Now Xander grabs all the Z3, hooks the arms for Chaos Control. Both men down.
While I have a little bit of a reprieve here, I was just gonna say I'm still kind of the new guy. I'm the new guy creative. I'm the new guy of I'm still one of the newer, you know, feels like one of the newer members of the channel. But you know, it feels like I've been here for quite a long time, even though it really hasn't been. As a big tombstone there on Xander I almost called him Xander number something, the original Xander.
Xander falls out of the ring now, and Flama. I'm in position now. Lady Flama. The ropes. Dives out onto him.
And Lady Flommer doing that just made a bunch of guys hate Xander number 3 even more.
Xander makes the tag. Frankie Kazarian is in, and Kaz. On, Frankie Kazarian. It's my turn. And the old man still has some air to him, but Flama ducked.
Yeah, the old man also found some gravity as well.
Flama ducking underneath him, taking him down. Lady Flama throwing Kaz back into the ring.
Oh, and
kicks her in the head.
Yep. A big knee dodge there, big kick to the head of Flommer, or by Flommer. Goes for the ankle pick, but Kaz able to use that size to stop the ankle pick, the size advantage that he has over Flommer.
Flama kicking him in the head, though. Lady Flama. Whoa, takes down Xander. Kaz.
And Xander took a spray there. And Kaz almost capitalized off of it. That's been the story of this tournament for these two.
That it has is now Kaz. Wait a minute. Here we go. Has Flama for package. Powerbomb. Xander number 3 making the save now. Kaz, wait a minute. Kaz tags in Xander, and wait a minute. I think they're going to do it the other way around, Kay.
Oh, yeah, man, you want to talk about somebody stealing moves? But I guess Xander gave special permission to one of his worst enemies for that one.
Xander with heat-seeking missile across the back.
Right on the back of Flommer.
Flommer taking him down now. Flommer tags in Z3.
And here comes the masked idiot.
Masked idiot who's made it further in this tournament than either of us did. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to be fair, well, I mean, you had a solid partner. My partner didn't really do a whole lot of anything for me, but
Hosanna number 3 hits the power bomb.
You're just gonna take the high road on that. I take it.
You know what? Sometimes I don't. You know what? Jack fucking Cartwheel's gonna get what's coming to him in 15 days. That's all I'll say.
All right, and Z3 taking down Kaz.
Now, Xander going for Diamond DDT. Z3 countering.
Z3. I was terrified that Xander was going to get up in the corner there.
I was just a little bit as well. Telling Kaz, get out of the way.
I thought he was going over there to give him some motivation, but it looks like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm gonna get out of the way here because I have a bad wheel and I don't want to get any worse. So
Chaos. Control.
I'm not exactly 100% sure on the strategy from Xander there. I know that, I know we've been talking about kind of taking the low road and stuff, but this is the finals of a huge tournament like Lethal Lottery. You might want to. That's a case where maybe you just take the win how you can and not be a hero, and not try to do the, am I wrong on that or?
I mean, no, I think you're right. I think he very well had that one there. The referee was at the count of 8 when he broke the count.
And a big boot there to Z3. I guess Xander thinks he's done. I can pin him.
I feel like Xander's looking at Z3 and just seeing Buddy Murphy's face right now is what's happening.
Yeah, I think instinct has kicked in, and I think the rage of everything that has happened to Xander for the last few months is starting to come out, and unfortunately Z3 is the poor idiot that is coming out on.
That it is, and I don't know if you heard it there, but when Xander looked at Kaz, he just said sternly, "Finish him."
And a second Pele there. And now Kaz picking up Z3. Flux capacitor lands in the middle of the ring. The Flommer breaking it up, and you can see the face of Xander. Xander is absolutely livid. And Kaz taking out Flommer. And Kaz, you can see talking some trash to Flommer. And here comes Xander here. And now Xander and Kaz using that referee's count to their advantage. Wait, what the hell is Xander? Okay, I think Xander has officially lost his mind.
It seems like he may have.
As now these two just absolutely brutalizing the mass contingent, the toxic lovers, Xander number 3 and Flommer. Is they're just now there were so many things wrong with that tag, I don't even know where to begin.
was Xander.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Are these tags legal?
Oh no!
Oh wait!
Xander
Oh my
missed!
God!
Xander missed! He was aiming for Z3!
You gotta be kidding me right now! No shot! No shot! Beluga kick!
No!
You gotta be kidding me! 1, 2, they fucking did it!
Holy fuck. They did it. They won.
And in Z3 fashion, in classic Z3 fashion, he took advantage of a huge mistake by Xander. Xander went for a big move, and Kaz got caught in the crossfire and got dropped on his head by Mars Star Power. And by the time Xander realized who he actually connected with, he was flat on the floor on the outside of the ring, and Kaz took a boot to the face. Z3 and Lady Flommer have won Lethal Lottery. What the fuck just happened?
You have got to be kidding me. Xander number 3 and Lady Flommer are the first ever Lethal Lottery winners. You can see that Xander told Kaz, pick him up for Mars Star Power. Kaz went to pick up Z3. Z3 went boneless, is the best way to put it. He went limp so Kaz couldn't pick him up. Xander heard what he thought was, I guess, Z3 standing up. Bang! Hit Mars Star Power. When you're flying backwards like that, you don't know what you're about to hit.
Oh, absolutely. And Kaz looked up, and all he knew when he looked up was that he was about to get dropped on his face.
You're winners of the first ever Lethal Lottery tournament. And folks, I can now announce it's official. Xandermania 10, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega versus the Toxic Lovers for the AAA Mixed Tag Team titles.
Holy shit. Well, Doc, it was a blast being on comms with you. It was a blast doing this tournament with you. Lethal Lottery was some of the craziest bullshit that we've ever done, but I would not replace it for the world. This bonding experience with you was great. Getting to hone my skills on this table with you was great, and I'm excited to see where this goes for me.
Okay, it was an absolute pleasure having you on these last several rounds. Take it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been KJ Elliott.
I've been the Doctor.
And that was Universe.
Special thank you to $10 and above Patreon backers, JJ Gyllenhaal, Tech Nizzle, Harry Willetts, and Jeremy Burt. Patreon is the best place to support Xander and all of his content across all channels. Join today for bonus content across every channel in the RS11 family. Young!